The Korean Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, is a 250-kilometer-long, 4-kilometer-wide strip of land that divides the Korean peninsula. This narrow stretch of land serves as a buffer between North and South Korea, a physical and symbolic barrier that has stood for decades. It is a buffer zone, a no-man's land, and a stark reminder of the Korean War's unresolved tensions. The war, which began in 1950 and ended in an armistice in 1953, left the peninsula divided and its people separated. The DMZ stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of this conflict. Established in 1953, the DMZ is the most heavily militarized border in the world. Both sides are heavily fortified with barbed wire, landmines, and armed soldiers standing guard. The tension is palpable and the threat of conflict is ever present. It is a place where the past and present collide, where the threat of conflict hangs heavy in the air. The DMZ is a living reminder of the fragile peace that exists on the Korean peninsula, a peace that could be shattered at any moment. The DMZ is a place of contradictions. It is a heavily fortified military zone, yet it is also a place of natural beauty and ecological significance. It is a place of immense military buildup, yet it is also home to a surprising array of wildlife. The absence of human activity has allowed nature to flourish, creating a unique and unintended wildlife sanctuary. Rare species of plants and animals thrive in this unlikely haven. It is a place of division, yet it also represents the hope for eventual reunification. The dream of a united Korea remains alive in the hearts of many, and the DMZ stands as both a barrier and a beacon of that hope. For over 6 decades, the DMZ has stood as a symbol of the Cold War, a physical manifestation of the ideological divide between North and South Korea. It is a relic of a bygone era, yet its significance remains deeply relevant in today's geopolitical landscape. Despite its ominous reputation, the DMZ is not entirely devoid of life. In addition to its thriving wildlife, there are also human stories that unfold within its boundaries. Villages exist within the southern side of the DMZ, inhabited by people who have lived there for generations, clinging to their ancestral land. These villagers lead lives that are both ordinary and extraordinary, navigating the complexities of living in such a unique and precarious location. Their resilience offers a glimmer of hope amidst the stark reality of the divided peninsula. These human stories add a layer of depth to the DMZ, reminding us that even in the most challenging circumstances, life finds a way to endure. The DMZ is more than just a border. It is a microcosm of the complexities of the Korean peninsula. It encapsulates the historical, political, and social intricacies that define this region. It is a place where history, politics, and human stories intersect, offering a unique glimpse into one of the world's most intractable conflicts. The DMZ is a powerful reminder of the past, a complex reality of the present, and a hopeful symbol for the future. To understand the DMZ, we must first delve into the Korean War, a conflict that tore the peninsula apart and reshaped the geopolitical landscape of East Asia. The Korean War began in 1950 when North Korea, backed by the Soviet Union and China, launched a surprise invasion of South Korea, which was supported by the United States and United Nations forces. The invasion marked the beginning of a brutal and devastating conflict that would last for 3 years, claiming millions of lives and leaving the Korean peninsula in ruins. The war saw fierce battles, with cities and villages being reduced to rubble, and countless civilians caught in the crossfire. The human cost was immense, with families torn apart and entire communities displaced. After 3 years of relentless fighting, an armistice agreement was signed in 1953, bringing an end to the active combat but not to the war itself. This armistice established the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, as a buffer zone between North and South Korea, running roughly along the 38th parallel where the fighting had ceased. The DMZ was intended to prevent further hostilities and serve as a neutral ground for negotiations, a place where both sides could come together to discuss peace. However, despite numerous attempts, a formal peace treaty was never signed, and the two Koreas remain technically at war to this day, with the DMZ standing as a stark reminder of this unresolved conflict. Initially conceived as a temporary measure, the DMZ has since solidified into a permanent fixture, a physical manifestation of the ongoing division and tension between the North and South. The Armistice Agreement mandated the withdrawal of military forces from the DMZ itself, but both sides maintain a heavy military presence along the border, with soldiers constantly on alert. The creation of the DMZ resulted in the displacement of thousands of people, as entire villages were evacuated and families were separated, their homes and livelihoods abandoned. For many, the DMZ is not just a line on a map, but a deeply personal and painful symbol of separation, loss, and the enduring impact of the war. The abandoned homes and empty villages along the DMZ stand as silent witnesses to the human cost of the conflict, a constant reminder of the lives that were forever changed. The Korean War and the subsequent establishment of the DMZ have left an indelible mark on the Korean Peninsula, shaping the political, social, and economic landscape of the region. Today, the DMZ remains one of the most heavily fortified borders in the world, a symbol of the ongoing tension and uncertainty that continues to shape the lives of millions of Koreans. It is a wound that has yet to fully heal, a constant source of tension and uncertainty that continues to shape the lives of millions of Koreans. Despite the passage of time, the legacy of the Korean War and the DMZ continues to influence the relationship between North and South Korea, as well as their interactions with the wider world. The hope for a peaceful resolution remains, but the path forward is fraught with challenges and complexities. Efforts to bridge the divide and achieve lasting peace continue, with moments of hope and progress but also setbacks and renewed tensions. The story of the DMZ is not just one of division but also of resilience and the enduring human spirit. Cultural exchanges, family reunions, and diplomatic efforts offer glimpses of what a future of reconciliation might look Gyeongdong in North Korea. These villages are more than just places of residence. They are symbols of the ideological divide that separates the two countries. These villages are often referred to as peace villages or propaganda villages, as they are used by both sides to showcase their respective ideologies. Daseongdong, for instance, is a thriving community with modern amenities, while Gyeongdong is often seen as a showpiece for North Korean propaganda. Life in the DMZ is heavily restricted, governed by a set of stringent rules and regulations that dictate every aspect of daily life. Residents of Daseongdong, for instance, are subject to strict curfews and constant surveillance. They live under the watchful eyes of both South Korean and international forces, a reality that shapes their every move. They are allowed to farm the land but cannot venture beyond the village limits. This restriction ensures that they remain within the safe confines of the village, away from the potential dangers that lurk in the DMZ. Despite the challenges, they remain, clinging to their homes and way of life. Their resilience is a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure even in the most trying circumstances. The DMZ's eerie silence and abandoned landscapes offer a haunting glimpse into a past frozen in time. These scenes evoke a sense of melancholy, a reminder of the lives that were disrupted and the futures that were altered by the conflict. It is a place where the echoes of war linger, a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the enduring hope for peace. The DMZ stands as a monument to both the devastation of war and the enduring desire for reconciliation and unity. The DMZ is littered with remnants of the Korean War, serving as a somber reminder of the conflict's brutality. Unexploded ordnance, or UXO, remains a constant threat, a dangerous legacy of the war that continues to pose a risk to both humans and wildlife. Scattered throughout the DMZ are abandoned military outposts, trenches and bunkers, their decaying structures slowly being consumed by vegetation. These remnants of war are a life